Welcome to Unsealed Evidence. I'm Sable. This part of the affidavit examines the possible motive indicators investigators documented throughout interviews: patterns in behavior, emotional tension, relationship dynamics, jealousy, conflict, and statements that raised concern. These are not proven motives, not facts, and not conclusions. They are simply indicators investigators say emerged while trying to understand how this tragedy unfolded. If you're unfamiliar with the Rebecca Park case, you can read a complete breakdown at www.unsealedevidence.com. Let's unseal this. Before we go further, this section does not claim a definitive motive. It does not establish guilt. It is simply a summary of the patterns investigators say they observed, emotionally, relationally, and behaviorally, when they spoke with the individuals involved. This part of the affidavit is painful because it reveals the tension and fear Rebecca may have felt, and the emotional volatility surrounding the days leading up to her disappearance. Trigger warning. This video includes themes of emotional conflict, relationship issues, jealousy, pregnancy, and alleged interpersonal tension. According to the affidavit, investigators documented repeated statements suggesting emotional strain and jealousy surrounding Rebecca's pregnancy. Some interviews included allegations of tension between Courtney and Rebecca, fear or stress over Rebecca being pregnant with Bradley's child, emotional conflict around the idea of the baby's arrival, disagreements involving Kimberly, and how she fit into the family dynamic. These statements varied wildly between interviews, and investigators never present them as fact. But the emotional friction appears throughout the affidavit. Investigators documented that Courtney repeatedly attempted to bring Kimberly into the narrative. The affidavit says Courtney allegedly tried to shift suspicion toward Kimberly claimed. Kimberly knew something, or was involved, used Kimberly's name to redirect questions, gave exaggerated or conflicting descriptions of Kimberly's involvement. Investigators repeatedly note that these claims lacked evidence, yet Courtney continued to insert her name in different ways. This stood out as a potential indicator of emotional motive, even if not a confirmed one. The affidavit references emotionally chaotic household conditions, including alleged financial arguments, a missing $1,800 referenced by Bradley's stress over living conditions, past CPS involvement, emotional volatility between partners. These are not presented as motives, but as stressors investigators believed may have influenced the emotional environment. Some interviews documented statements suggesting fear or control dynamics. One individual allegedly said they had a feeling something was going to happen. Another allegedly claimed they didn't want to go along with the plan, but didn't say anything. Investigators note that these statements contradict other interviews, yet the implications were concerning enough to document. Whether these statements are true or not is unknown, but they were part of the emotional landscape investigators considered. One of the most painful indicators documented in the affidavit involves the responses to Rebecca being 39 weeks pregnant. Investigators highlighted how some statements minimized the baby's existence. Others showed tension around the impending birth. Some indicated resentment or fear of how Rebecca's baby would affect relationships. Again, nothing confirmed, nothing factual. But the emotional tone within these interviews was heavy and impossible for investigators to ignore. Throughout the affidavit, investigators document sudden accusations against one another, attempts to insert unrelated people into the narrative, emotional outbursts when confronted with inconsistencies, defensive posture whenever responsibility was implied. These shifting dynamics don't confirm motive, but investigators noted them as red flags that suggested underlying emotional turmoil. Because even though none of these things prove guilt, even though none of these emotional indicators answer the question of why Rebecca didn't survive, they paint a picture of a storm brewing around a woman who deserved nothing but peace, stability, love, and safety as she prepared to bring her baby into the world. Rebecca was a mother-to-be. She needed support. She needed protection. She needed a safe environment to welcome her son. And what investigators documented in the affidavit suggests that the emotional environment surrounding her was anything but safe. This part hurts in a different way, because it speaks to the love and care she deserved but never received. Everything described here is taken from allegations documented in the affidavit, not proven facts. No individual named is guilty unless proven so in a court of law. Everyone is innocent until proven guilty. Every case has missing pieces, and we're here to find them. Unsealed evidence digs into the documents, the timelines, the evidence they don't talk about. You can read every breakdown at unsealedevidence.com and follow us for updates, new findings, and deeper dives. We don't look away. We don't sugarcoat. We search until the truth shows itself. This is Unsealed Evidence.